꽃이 피었습니다입니다.
그 옛날에 어릴 때 하던 거 말이야?
Very few shows shake the world anymore. Everyone is so dedicated to their hyper-specific algorithms and their focused forms of entertainment. But every once in a while, something will grab everyone's attention all at once. And Squid Game was one of those moments. And as we look back on this groundbreaking moment of TV history, the time has come to talk about the lessons that this binge-ready show was trying to teach us. Rise up, GG Nation, because it's time for Guidance Guide Friday, your digital guidance lesson from your internet school counselor. Now let me show you how Squid Game was anything but mindless entertainment. Let's go! It's guidance time. Before we get started, I gotta give props to Sonic and Shadow Adventures for this video idea. And if you want to see your suggestion possibly turn into a GGF, all you gotta do is leave a comment to the video below. Now let's get the most brutal lesson out of the way. Life is Squid Game. Of course, nobody's playing a winner-takes-all death trap consisting of children's backyard games. Every day, every single one of us is playing the game of life. We're students, teachers, friends, daughters, sons, existing on this blue marble in the middle of space. And this insane TV series shows us in no uncertain terms that life don't play. If you watch the show, you know what I'm talking about. Players are betrayed, backstabbed, both figuratively and literally, and ultimately left to fend for themselves in a pit of vipers where no one can be trusted. And as much as it pains me to say it, a lot of the real world is just like this. Just take around social media or the news if you think I'm exaggerating. All over the place, you can easily find stories by people who lie, cheat, and steal from others, either get a slap on the wrist, get off scotch-free, or even get rewarded for their actions. All while those who try to play by the rules and do the right thing have to struggle just to get by. Maybe you've even experienced this madness in your own life. Perhaps the bully becomes class president, or the selfish player on your team is seen as the best guy. Life can be hard, and it can be unfair. That's the brutal truth that Squid Game comes at us with, and it forces us to ask the question, what are you gonna do about it? You could say, well, if I don't play the game, it doesn't matter. And in some situations, that move is actually the right one to take. But in this case, you don't have a choice. As long as you have to deal with people, you're playing the game. If we're the smart ones in the back saying that you can just be a loner and avoid all people, you can try, but doing that comes with its own mentally damaging risks, so I don't recommend it. So how do you play this unfair, rigged game where it looks like the only way to win is become the worst human imaginable? Well, you got options. If you've watched Squid Game, you know how the best players go about the festivities. And when it comes to the best, you already know who the Squid Game GOAT is, the legendary Gi-hoon, the only player in the history of the games to win it all and pull a Michael Jordan to come back out of retirement. How did this ultimate survivor make it through 2 Squid Games? He did it by playing with others, with cooperation. He was able to win because he knew that people are stronger together. Like I said, you can't go through life trying to go about it all alone. Even the players in Squid Game who were backstabbers knew they had to rely on other scumbags just to get by. It's massively cliche, but the old saying is true. Teamwork makes the dream work. Even when you think about the most insane accomplishments throughout all of time, the great inventions, whatever it is, it always involved other people. Even though most of the time only one person gets the credit, the truth is that there's always a team behind greatness. And in both games, Gi-hoon was able to recruit people to not just his side to win a game, but to his way of thinking. When he returned the second time to play the game on the pacifist route, other players were convinced that they could in fact win in that pit of madness without harming anybody else. And here in the real world, we have a similar choice. Like I said in the Kendrick Lamar video, go check that out if you haven't done it yet. Life is a group project. Whether it's an assignment, trying to learn something new, or getting to the next level of a game, the challenge becomes a lot easier when you have the right people around you. But notice how I said the right people, because we all have had that group experience. You know the one, where one person doesn't pull their weight and is generally a useless bum whom everyone else has to bail out. It's happened to everybody, and you hate to see it. Every single time. Sometimes it's unavoidable, but other times you have the power to choose who you want on your squad. When you have the opportunity, be sure to choose folk who know what they're doing, they care about the mission, and this third one is important, they're honest. In Squid Game, so many people lost the game because their partner just straight up lied to them. Try to avoid that trap. You won't know every time, but don't be duped by people whom you know are just gonna mess you up later. Having a team is a literal life hack that can not only make your life easier, in some cases, it might even save your life. In Squid Game, everyone is playing for something. Sure, it's all money at the end of the day, but that money represents something. Paying off a debt, being able to start over, freedom. Each player entered the game knowing exactly what they wanted. And in our lives, we gotta have the same energy. Okay, maybe not the I'ma murk anybody to get what I want kind of energy, but the I'm not gonna give up kind of energy. Having the right motivation is a game changer when you're trying to meet a goal. Knowing why you're doing something is like a secret weapon that keeps you going. Whether it's grades, an award, or a prize, having that goal in mind keeps you from falling into the trap of not caring. And in the Squid Game, you can't afford to not care, because that could be the end of you. So think, if we're all in the same massive Squid Game anyway, why are you playing? Keep it in mind, or put it in the comments. Do whatever you gotta do to remind yourself. And if you find that your reason changes over time, that's okay. Ji-hoon went the first time to simply pay off his debts, and the second time he was there to save everybody. Sometimes goals will change. Just make sure your effort doesn't. Yes, life can be as brutal as a Squid Game. But when you remember that life is a team sport and why you're in it in the first place, taking a win in life is only a matter of time. We can learn from just about anything, and our entertainment is no exception. In fact, I could show you how one of the biggest names in music is trying to tell you his secrets to success if you're willing to listen. Come check out this video that reveals how Kendrick Lamar's success can be yours as well. See you there. Got it, Sky out.